There's two things that we're testing in this video. The first thing is the Nikon ZR for street photography, and the second thing is a third-party lens. And I don't try too many of them because a lot of the more affordable, kind of cheap ones are honestly not that good. Thypoch, I think that's how you pronounce it, we sort of had a little bit of a discussion and they sent me the 35mm 1.4 Simera lens, which I'm actually filming right now on. This is footage that you're watching from that lens. They do say, straight on their website, they do say, this is Thypoch, compared to other 35mm 1.4 lenses, it offers sharper rendering, superior chromatic aberration control, and outstanding flare resistance. We'll see about that. I did test it. We will look at some close-up images as well. On with the video. This is the Thypoch 35mm 1.4. It's a nice small little lens, and I thought it would be good to test out for some street photography with the ZR to see if they're a good combination together. You'd probably use this lens with something like the ZF. Personally, I would do that, but I don't have a ZF, so the ZR is going to be the next closest thing for that. Let's get into it. This lens is also entirely manual focus. There's no autofocus on this thing at all. It's just got this little pull tab on here, which we'll get a close-up of.
Yep.
Cool. So because this is just manual focus, it's going to be a very traditional street photography experience, which I think 35mm is a really good focal length for that. All right, let's walk around and find something to take a photo of. All right, we found a little bird here. We're just going to take a photo of this minor bird. Now I'm shooting entirely in JPEG on this camera. We're currently at f1.4 and I totally missed the bird. Let's see if I can get a little closer to him. All right, that's photo number 1. That'll do. I'm not even looking at it. Actually, I will look at it. Let's have a look on this ginormous ZR screen that I've got here and see if this is any good. So this is just in the, you know what, that's not bad. Manual focus. I think that's pretty acceptable, I would say, for shot number 1. Composition's a little whack. I got a weird stem up in the top there, but we're gonna go take something better. I feel like even though you have a big ginormous screen on this ZR, you have to look at the screen to be able to shoot street photography with it. Like, you have to see the settings, or at least know your settings. You can't just look at the top of the camera. You don't have any waist level finder. You don't have any settings you can see and access from the top, other than obviously what you've got on this Thypoch lens here with the focus and the aperture. Something I do really like with this lens though is if we have a look at the top here, it's got these little orange blips that appear when you're changing your aperture value, so that when you're adjusting it, you can have a quick glance at the top and see how much of your image is going to be in focus, or how much of the plane of focus you'll have based on where those little orange dots appear. I quite like that, and I've never used a lens that has that. So anyway, I'm really not feeling inspired today, to be honest. All right, I'm now recording you, Ash. Okay, so what you guys are seeing right now is a video of Ash filming me, and you can see that nice blurry background. This is at f2.8, so not ultra wide. I will briefly go a bit wider, and I'll just increase my shutter speed so we can see the shape of that bokeh in the background. Hopefully I'm focused in on her eye okay there. I think that actually looks quite nice, to be honest. Ooh. No, don't like it. Boring. I like this light over here. This light looks good. But the question is there anything worth taking a photo of in this light? Or is the light just the only thing here? And the light's going to go in a minute too. Oh no, the light's gone now. All right, well, that was a short-lived idea. Onwards. What I just realized is with this camera, because of its shape and its form factor, you could quite literally just close the back screen and have no visual cue, set the settings to something like 1/125th of a second, ISO 800 and maybe like f8 or something like that, and just eyeball the focusing range and just get some spray and pray kind of shots. You know what, let's try that while we're at it. Let's try and get this sign on an angle. Maybe there. You guys will see that photo before I will. You know what? We're going to take a photo of this dude right here. That'll do. I'm feeling severely uninspired today. All right, there's some cool light up here again. We're going to actually try and take something that's not horrendous. I could have sworn someone was just walking past. I was just going to get someone's like feet, but no one's walking past. I don't really know if I can be bothered waiting. I don't think anyone's coming. And now the light's gone. All right, well, let's find another spot. I actually had a pretty okay composition lined up. I was just waiting. You could argue I could wait longer, but I can't be bothered. So I feel like with street photography, you've really just got to have your camera out and be looking through the viewfinder or down at the screen a lot of the time. Let's look at it. You know, I'm gonna say this is my most interesting composition I've taken the entire time. Have a look at that. It's a circle. How amazing. How revolutionary that I took a photo of a circle. I spy a doorway. Ash, I see a doorway over here. We're gonna take a photo with the doorway as a frame and then a photo of maybe the handle on the door. The only problem is that we can't really stand in the middle of the road waiting for a person to cross over the doorway as a frame, so we might skip that idea for now and just go close up and get a photo of the door handle or something. That was less interesting than I thought. Oh, and I messed up the composition too. There's a tiny bit of the door handle poking through on the side. I didn't want that. Oh well. Oh, really? You know what, let's just do a panning shot of a random car that goes past. I'm just gonna go for F5.6. No, we'll decide that in a minute. Let's go 1/20th of a second shutter speed. F16. I did a bicycle instead, I lied. And it worked. It's classed as a panning shot because there's motion blur and the thing is in focus. Let's cross the road. This looks cool. I love the light that's on this building over here. I don't know if you can see that. I just hate that thing that's in the middle of the frame. I'm not going to take a photo of any kids. That's weird. And now there's cars in the way. We'll wait until someone's walking past. I really want to get a photo of someone walking under that archway. The light is great. That'll do. I got 4 people in one then. Looks a little weird. It looks a bit whack. It looks a bit odd. All right, so I'm just gonna take a photo of the dead cat on this camera, just because I've noticed a really weird lens flare that's happening, and it kind of looks like a foggy background almost. There you go. So you guys can see in that photo, there's like this cool, like soft, misty lens flare look, which I thought was quite interesting, even with the lens hood that's on here. All right, for the last photo, Ash is gonna take a photo of me. So in summary, ZR for street photography it does a job, it takes the photo, it's not designed for it. I probably wouldn't want to do that again as I found it a little bit clunky. But the lens, on the other hand, from Thypoch, I think is probably one of the nicest manual focus lenses that I've used. There are obviously some really insane options for 35mm lenses that you can get that are in the tens of thousands of dollars, but for the price that you can get this lens at, I think it's pretty good. I really like the feel of the lens. It's got a bunch of features on it that you would typically expect to see in much more expensive 35mm manual focus lenses. I do like the hood. I did notice that although on their website it says that it has superior flare resistance, there was that lens flare I noticed in the end when the sun was pretty much going directly into the lens. It did have a lens hood on, but the angle that I was shooting at, it wouldn't stop the light anyway. But honestly, I think it's a really nice lens. It's smooth, it works well. And for street photography, I think it's perfect. For the type of photography that I normally do, I don't think it's the best. For video though, I think it would be pretty good. I'm using it for video right now, as you know. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. Maybe you won't pick up a ZR for street photography, but if you are a street photographer, maybe you'll pick up a Simera 35mm 1.4. I think it's not a bad option, honestly. That's all from me now though. I will catch you in the next one.